Today's review, TECC Slider Pro. So for review today, I have the new TECC Slider Pro tank from UK Vapor brand / TECC. They sent it to me for the purpose of this review to let you guys know what I think of it. So this is a TPD compliant 2ml replaceable coil tank, clearomizer, whatever the hell you want to call them. It is 22mm in diameter and it is 49mm tall. It's got a couple of unique features. So now there's the Wismec Predator that was also sent, so I'll be reviewing that shortly. So let me show you how this thing works. So we have obviously a chamber with your liquid in there at the moment. You've got your standard 510 drip tip in there, so you can use all your drip tips. Now this is where it gets a little bit unique. We have an airflow ring that you can't actually see any airflow. So you literally just twist this and it closes off or opens the airflow. There's no holes or anything for you to see that I'm aware of. No? Anyway, stops it leaking out the bottom air holes. And then to fill it up, you have a little arrow just here. What you do is you push that arrow and you get your juice fill hole. So basically you pop it open, fill it with juice, close it back over, and you'll hear it click into place. I think it's like a little ball bearing in there that it sits on top of. And then you fill it with juice, close the lid, leave it for a little while, and away you go. That's pretty much it. It's a very simple, straightforward sort of tank with replaceable coils. It comes with coils, obviously, in the box. So you get two 0.3 ohm coils, which have got fairly big juice wicking holes. There we go. So as you can see there, fairly big juice wicking holes, and they go quite low down as well, which is good because you don't want your liquid to obviously sit beneath where the actual fill holes are. Otherwise you're just going to be wasting that last little bit of juice at the bottom. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing really over the top to talk about. As far as I'm aware, there's no RBA deck section or anything. I haven't seen one online, but I don't think this is really designed for the RBA / RTA type market. It's more of a fill it up, put a coil in it, away you go type setup. So I'm going to show you how it works. Pop it back onto this Predator 228 by Wismec. Review of this coming soon, and let's take a little vape on it. So there we go. So airflow's open. This is set at 57 watts on the 0.3 ohm coil head. It claims that it can go between 40 and 100 watts. It's 316 stainless steel. Do I believe it goes up to 100 watts? No, I don't believe it goes up to 100 watts. So this is 57. I'll show you what it's like. So there's a decent amount of vapour production. Let me just close that hole off a touch. There we go, that's my preferred sort of airflow. Now we're going to go down into the ins and outs of the pros and cons of this tank. So first of all, we'll start with the pros. It is a TPD compliant tank, which is good. So we're not going to have any issues in buying another one. If you decide you really love this tank and you want to get a second one, we're not going to have any problems going forwards. The top fill mechanism is really sort of straightforward. You just push it off. As you can see on the front, it says open. Simple as that. Put your juice in, put it back on, away you go. No cross-threading, no losing the top cap or anything along those lines. And it feels very, very stiff. Not stiff, but it feels sturdy You know, like it doesn't feel like it's going to open on its own. I know there's other top fill tanks out there that you basically have to have a band on to stop the top opening up, but this is pretty damn good, very well made. It's simple. Put a coil in it, fill it up, job's a good one. No messing around. Your coils are going to be very easy to get hold of from the website or possibly your local shop if they stock this tank, if they're part of the group. It's not bad in terms of clouds. I'm not really a cloud chaser, it's more flavour for me, and this is better on clouds, I'd say, than it is on flavour. It's alright, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as some of the other ones out there for flavour. And one of the top things is the price. It's only $22.99. So for a tank that comes with full TPD compliance from a UK company, UK shipping, etc., with 2 coils, a drip tip, I think you get a spare glass as well. Let's have a look. No, you don't get a spare glass, but you do get another coil head here, all nicely packaged. As you can see, they're quite chunky coil heads. A couple of spare O-rings. Make sure the atomizer head's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that's that. So for that price, $22.99, it's pretty damn good. And as you're aware, there's always discounts and stuff going on the TECC Twitter and stuff. So now we're going to go into the cons, because there's always cons. The first con for me is a subjective con. This fill hole here is not big enough for some of the nozzles that I have on bottles. Now they do tend to be the bigger bottles, the 100 mils, 120 mils, 200 mils and something like that, but they don't fit within the top. We're not going to have that issue going forwards, fortunately, because, well, fortunately or unfortunately, how you see it, because there's not really going to be any big bottles anymore. Everybody's going to be doing the 10 mils. But for me, that was an issue once or twice. Just got a bit of liquid down the outside. I can feel it on there now. Subjective con. So what I actually ended up doing was I unscrewed the top. Now, I know it's not really designed to do that, but basically this top cap threads into the coil. So the coil threads into the base. The top cap screws into the top of the coil, and then you've got your glass. So I was just filling it up straight from there. Kind of eliminates the point of it being this slider model, but it worked for me eventually. Just got to make sure I don't lift the glass up when I'm filling it. So that's one. Second one, this is going to be a con that probably going to annoy a few people. And listen to this. It whistles when you close the airflow off a little bit. Now you don't get that when it's fully open, and you don't get when it's very closed, but when it's somewhere in the middle, it whistles, and it's annoying. So if you're trying to be quiet when you're having a little vape or something, you're watching the telly and you know your partner's watching some rubbish, and it whistles, so that annoys me. And the other thing is, I've had the odd dry hit when I've tried to sort of push this coil a little bit. Now this is Heisenberg in here, which is obviously a menthol-y, aniseedy, this, that and the other. And I've always found that Heisenberg, even if you put it at high VG, it thins the VG, it thins the liquid out because of the ingredients. Now that's always been fine for me because it wicks quickly, but I've had quite a few dry hits on this, on anything over 56, 57 watts. So the fact that it says it can go up to 100 watts is not true. Do not vape this at 100 watts because you will definitely burn the cotton in there. Just be that I've got a bad coil, but I cannot vape this the way that I vape higher than 60 watts constantly. I can get the odd go at 60 watts, but if I was doing this every day and this was my all-day tank, I would have to run it around about 45 watts to make it keep up with the wicking, which is a bit of a shame because it claims it can go up to 100 watts. That being said though, it is a good tank. It's simple, it's easy to use, it's very well made, and it comes with a nice little couple of bits and bobs extra. The fact that it's from a UK company as well is a really good thing for me. I know we've all ordered things off certain websites and they take a long time to get here, and it's hit and miss whether or not you're going to get anything decent. Sometimes you get absolutely fantastic, cheap as anything, or sometimes you get something which is a bit of a dog, Been there myself. So yeah, that to me is a good thing. The fact that it's UK produced, but maybe not necessarily UK produced, manufactured in China, UK company. So it's shipped from the UK. It'll be at your door within a couple of days. Any problems, you can get back in touch with TECC / UK Vapor Brand / Pillbox / Totally Wicked. You know, they're all the same company. But yeah, all in all, very nice little tank. Doesn't really suit my style of vaping because I do quite like higher wattage and being able to rebuild my own stuff. But for somebody who's just looking for something simple, straightforward, pop it on, away you go. Superb. 30-second review is great tank, incredibly well built, great price, not designed for people who want high wattage. So moving on to the competition side of things, I'm going to be giving this tank away. So there's a used coil in there which I'll rinse it through, leave it in, and you can do with it as you wish. But then there's a brand new unused sealed coil in here too, which is there. 1/6 stainless steel, completely in its packaging, never been used. Pop it in, fill it up yourself, and away you go, and then you can pick up coils for fairly cheap. So to enter the competition, I've had a few issues with people entering on YouTube, so we're going to take it back over to Twitter, and you need to retweet my tweet. I'll pin it to the top, and if you retweet the link to this review, you're in with a chance of winning. Competition's going to run for a week, and yeah, win yourself a tank. So let all your friends know, tell everybody, and we'll get this out to somebody who wins it. So thanks very much again. MikeTheVaper. Follow me on Twitter at MikeTheVaper. I'll put all the information on the screen. At TECC Company. They will also be on Twitter, and they do daily discounts and giveaways and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, enter my competition, and in a week's time, we'll see who the winner is. So thanks again. Speak to you all soon.